Laurence Olivier, larger than life. There is an English term, larger than life, used to describe people whose personality, talent, and very existence seem to transcend the boundaries of everyday life. Characters who seem born to be on a stage, under the spotlight, whose greatness is such that it makes us wonder if they were ever truly ordinary people. Well, if there is one actor who perfectly embodies this expression, it is Sir Laurence Olivier, a name that immediately evokes Shakespearean theater, black and white cinema laden with drama and passion, a magnetic stage presence, and a voice capable of enchanting entire audiences. But who is the man behind the actor's mask? Welcome to Born to Act, the podcast that takes you on a journey to discover the greatest performers in history. In this episode, we will tell you about the life, art, and contradictions of Laurence Olivier, the actor who made the Bard's verses immortal and left an indelible mark on the 20th century. Laurence Coeur Olivier was born on May 22, 1907, in Dorking, England. The son of an Anglican priest of Huguenot descent, his path seemed far from the stage. Yet it was his father, a seemingly strict man of faith, who pushed him towards acting, sensing a talent that young Kim, as he was called by his family, had shown since childhood. At the age of 9, in fact, he graced the school stage in the role of Brutus in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, attracting the attention of the great actress Ellen Perry. His passion for the Bard, born in those years, would become the common thread of his entire career. After attending London Central School of Speech Training and Dramatic Arts, he made his London stage debut in 1925, joining the Birmingham Repertory Company. His talent was evident, capable of ranging from Greek tragedy to contemporary comedies. The 1930s saw him establish himself in both London and on Broadway, particularly in Noel Coward's Private Lives. But it was in 1935 that his symbiosis with Shakespeare became total, when he alternated with the great John Gielgud in the roles of Romeo and Mercutio. His romantic charm and magnetic personality soon led him to the cinema as well. His first major role was that of the ambiguous Maxim de Winter in Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca, 1940. But it was with his Shakespearean adaptations that Olivier left an indelible mark on the history of cinema. In 1944, he produced, directed, and starred in Henry V, a magnificent work that earned him a Special Academy Award. 4 years later, in 1948, he repeated this success with Hamlet, a film that won 4 Oscars, including for Best Actor and the Golden Lion in Venice. Olivier thus became the first person to have received an honorary Oscar before winning a competitive one for acting. His ability to transform himself was legendary. He slipped into the role of a romantic hero in Wuthering Heights, 1939, with the same ease in which he played the ultimate villain in Richard III, 1955, or the tormented Othello, 1965. He worked with the greatest directors and actors of his time, from William Wyler to Alfred Hitchcock, from Marilyn Monroe in The Prince and the Showgirl in 1957 to Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man, 1976. But Laurence Olivier's life was not just a succession of professional triumphs, it was a complex existence marked by tormented loves and a constant search for self. He married 3 times, always to actresses. The first marriage to Jill Esmond was described as disastrous. Then came the overwhelming and turbulent passion with Vivien Leigh, the unforgettable Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. Theirs was a love for the magazine covers, but also a bond marked by her mental illness and the pressures of overwhelming fame. After 20 years, that marriage also ended. His third and final wife was actress Joan Plowright, who remained by his side until his death on July 11, 1989, and with whom he had 3 children. Olivier was a man of great contradictions, a perfectionist at work but restless and undisciplined in his private life, which according to some biographers also included homosexual relationships. He himself admitted that he could not clearly distinguish between acting and real life, defining good acting as a convincing lie. Despite his successes and accolades, which include 10 Oscar nominations, a knighthood, a baronetcy, and a life peerage, the first actor to receive such an honor, Olivier always maintained a fundamental humility. It is said that he refused to speak to anyone who did not simply call him Larry. His legacy is immense. He was not only one of the greatest actors of the 20th century, ranked as the 14th greatest male star of classic Hollywood cinema by the American Film Institute. He was an innovator, an artist who knew how to bring the complexity of classical theater to the general cinema audience. He directed the National Theatre and wrote books about his art and his life. Since 1984, the most important theatre awards in London have borne his name, the Laurence Olivier Awards. Laurence Olivier was a giant, an actor whose elegance, vigor, and ability to explore the depths of the human soul remain unmatched. A man who dedicated his entire existence to the art of acting, proving that sometimes you don't become an actor, you are born one. And he, without a doubt, was born for this. Thank you for listening to Born to Act. Until the next episode.